Hey, Travis. I want to start today's episode with a simple question, all right? How much do you like ninjas?
Adequately?
Wrong.
Okay.
Wrong. That is wrong. The correct answer is not nearly as much as pre-adolescent and perhaps embarrassingly post-adolescent Caleb. Now, I know you disapprove of that answer because it lacks the measurable specificity that a scientist like you would demand, but what you think doesn't matter because you're already ninja murdered.
Whoa.
Yeah. You can't spend so much time thinking when your co-host is a ninja, all right?
I'll write that down.
You should, and write this down. Yeah, the truth is I absolutely love ninjas, have my entire life, and ninjas actually play a role, a somewhat, I think, important role in my life. So we all remember the first time that we showed our mother one of our pubes, right? That's a pretty common thing that we do. Us guys, we do that?
Boy. I'm not even sure how much of this is a bit right now. But
I'll take that as a yes. You're definitely on board with this. So when I was younger, I was really into ninjas, had Tenchu Stealth Assassins that came on the PlayStation 1. That was the game that caused me to buy a PlayStation 1. Saw the commercial, was like, I need this game. It's because it spoke to me, because it seemed like it was a game that would honor the real life mechanics of a ninja, right? There was stealth, and you couldn't just go in there swords a-blazing.
Right.
I think swords blaze.
Yeah.
And so I was all on board with this thing, got the game. Well, fast forward, I don't know, several years, and my PlayStation gets stolen. Someone breaks into my house, steals my PlayStation. Now, I was very confident that this was one of my so-called friends that had done this. And I was also very confident in my detective abilities, because little did you probably know that ninjas are, of course, detectives, in addition to everything else. Not only are they farmers in disguise, not only are they stealthy assassins, they also have amazing detective skills. And so I was using my nurtured ninja detective skills to try to figure out exactly who did this, to find some clues, right, so that I can present them to the police officers and say, look, I know who did it, and you can believe me, because I'm a trained ninja. So I scoured my carpet, and I found curly hairs. Now, this friend of mine happened to have very curly hair.
Yeah,
and
on his head.
I thought, on his head.
Okay.
And assumedly other places. And I found this hair, and I put it into a polypropylene card sleeve. I think that's what they're called, the little baseball card collector sleeves. Put it in that,
right.
to keep it intact.
With the Cal Ripken rookie so it wouldn't bend. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I put it in there. It looked like a little mustache on him. It was kind of cute.
Yeah.
And so I put it in there. I went up to my mom and said, hey, Mom, I blew this case wide open, okay?
Yeah.
Wide open.
Yeah.
I want you to give this to the police officers. I grew up in a town of probably like 3,000 people, so they had probably a detective force of at least 20 detectives, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so I said, Mom, I need you to take this to the police because I think this will help them figure out who did this. And she didn't do that. And
of course not.
I'm very glad, because years later, I thought back on this incident and I realized, no, that was probably just one of my pubes that I found on the ground.
Yeah.
And I thought I was familiar with that general region of my body. I figured I could spot my own pube in a lineup, I'm sure. But I was overcome with this desire, this drive to use my ninja skills for good. And I was blinded by that,
Yeah.
And so I have only on probably 2 or 3 occasions since shown my mom my pubes. So
Great. Yeah. And I bet she
learned.
put that one in your baby book. You already had it in the little thing. She just shoved it down in there. You're flipping through. There's a huge 10-year gap. It's like you first learning to ride a bike, and then it's like, and this is just one of his fucking pubes.
No,
right
even
here.
better, she actually taped it right next to my umbilical cord. And so people just passively looking through this is like, wow, that kid went through puberty pretty early. That's incredible.
Yep.
There's just a baby crawling around on the ground with its pubes kind of just dragging along.
Wowie.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. But no, I want to reiterate, though, what you just said there, not a bit. I have read that in full short story form, and it's very funny.
That's true. If anybody wants to listen to that or wants to read that, it's an essay. You can get it at Amazon called Being a Ninja is Easy in a World Full of Idiots. But I guess all of this, what I'm trying to say, Travis, is that, it's a good thing that I'm your co-host for this Lessersode about Ninja Gaiden.
Absolutely.
But the listener, you're probably asking, well, what's a Lessersode? Well, first of all, shame on you. We've done like 2 of these before. You should absolutely know what a Lessersode is. But hey, every episode is someone's first episode. So let me introduce this podcast proper. Welcome back to Tales of the Lesser Medium. This is a podcast that pokes fun at video game narratives. And each season, me, Caleb J. Ross, and my co-host over there,
Caleb, look over there. I'm holding your pants. I'm in a bathtub with your wife now. I'm one of your sons. That's how quick ninjas are. I've learned a lot from you specifically, and also the game that we're covering today. You make a lot of wispy sounds, and then you remove things from other people.
Yeah, that's Travis Terry, who was somehow able to talk, even though I murdered him just a few minutes ago.
Oops.
But anyway, we take you through our favorite video game franchise narratives, interjecting with humorous skits along the way to make you laugh and to make us infiltrate your ears under the cover of night. Most Tales of the Lesser Medium episodes are part of 4-episode seasons that cover multiple entries in a single game series. A Lessersode is a single episode that covers smaller games and game series. It's like, City Smog, but fart-sized. So with that lovely mental image, let's inhale slow. That's right. Yeah, get that fart into you, okay? Then exhale. Hey, focus.
God.
Meditation helps center the mind on the mission at hand. And that's where we start, with a ninja on a mission to duel a rival in a field of grass or lettuce or maybe lily pads. I'm not sure what it is they're standing in.
I think a field of lily pads is just a pond, isn't it?
Okay, so maybe they're standing in a pond. But what if it's a pond with grass on the top?
Is that a thing?
You can never be sure with these old graphics. So the cinematic intro to the 1988 NES classic Ninja Gaiden is special in that it's a rare instance of the NES's limited capabilities turned from a hindrance into a benefit. The intro cuts between near still images of character profiles, pans slow as parallax layers scroll to create tension and depth. Cinematic is rarely used as a descriptor for NES cutscenes, but with Ninja Gaiden, the descriptor is apt.
It's still impressive, too. It's a clever way to tell the story when most other NES games would slowly type out white text on a black screen. And that amounted to bad guys doing bad things and good guy must stop him. And that's always super lame. But when you have to work to get that same story from visually striking cutscenes, it makes it more exciting.
Absolutely it does. Back to the lily grass lettuce pads. So
All right.
Two ninjas stand opposite one another in a field of something. A dominating full moon looms above as dark clouds pass through the night sky. One ninja is cloaked in red, the other wears blue. Jump cut to a profile of the blue ninja. The screen cropped to focus on his deep stare across the screen. Jump again. The red ninja returns the stare from the opposite side of the screen. Jump back to the blue ninja. The same narrow crop, but this time highlighting his swiftly moving feet as he runs across the grass.
Oh, so it is grass.
Aha, it is. Jump again to the red ninja. The same shot, only flipped to imply that the two ninjas are running at each other. Then they both leap up and out of the frame. Cut back to the original composition, the full moon dominating the blue sky. But this time, the two ninjas, swords drawn, cross in front of the moon, and they swing their swords. Both ninjas land on their feet, but only the blue ninja remains that way for long. As the red ninja falls into the grass, text appears in the black letterbox below the harsh horizontal cropped image. With whom did father have a duel and lose? For what reason did he fight and die? Even I don't know for sure. Fade to the present. An unmasked ninja holds a letter. The scroll continues. The day after he disappeared in Father's room, I found a letter addressed to me. It said, Ryu, I am on my way to a life or death duel. If it is destiny that I not return, you are to take the dragon sword of the Hayabusa family and go to America and see the archaeologist Walter Smith. Ryu, be always brave. Cut to Ryu, now masked, staring directly into the camera. I will get my revenge, he insists.
Oof. I can already tell by hearing him he's not going to succeed easily. But little does he know, it's us. It's me playing this game. So I'm honestly sorry to say, Ryu, you will not get your revenge unless you
Dang.
wait, a few decades, and I got to practice a whole lot, and I'm just that fucking kickback and the bird that comes out of nowhere. Like it's hard, Ryu. I'm sorry. I'm going to do my best. It also sucks that your dad had a choice between a life or death duel, and he chose the death duel. I always choose the life duel.
I don't think that's what that means, Travis.
Might have read it wrong, sorry.
Ninja Gaiden on the NES is notoriously difficult, as Travis alluded to. In fact, it's often considered one of the hardest NES games, mainly due to incessantly respawning enemies and harsh bounce back at every hit. Then fold in level design that features a lot of deadly gaps between platforms, and you've got a recipe for frustration. But Ryu is a ninja. He can handle it. As long as someone besides Travis or me are playing it.
Yeah. But I want to shout out my boy Steve Blinkum, co-host of the Polyco podcast, who finished this game recently, and he always wears a headband. He might actually be a ninja. I'm just saying. Oh no, where are my pants? Steve, show yourself. Are you in here? In my head, ninjas just steal people's pants. I don't know if that's... Yeah. It's probably wrong.
Yeah, it's, people who murder zombies collect ears as proof of the kill. Ninjas just have closets full of pants.
Nice.
We start Ryu's mission with Act 1 on the rough streets of a city called Galesburg, where Coca-Cola signs protrude from every building, and every storefront window advertises a sale with a half-hearted marketing message of just the word sale. What are these stores selling? Probably Coca-Cola, which would make sense considering how aggressive every single pedestrian and bird is on this street.
Hey, maybe it's straight, white, powdery Galesburg booger sugar, or cocaine, as some call it.
Baddies hyped up on abundant amounts of sugar, or booger sugar, roam the street, eager to stop Ryu in his revenge mission. But Ryu isn't having it. He slices baddies with boxing gloves, and he slices baddies who wear boxing gloves. It's kind of hard to slice a baddie using a boxing glove. I think you probably know where I was going with that, dear listener. He slices baddies who are wearing boxing gloves and bat-wielding goons with ease. He front flips over monkey dogs and destroys property in the form of hanging lanterns, searching for throwing stars and magical flame wheel defense spells until arriving at Jay's Bar. Jay's Bar is where...
Hold up. Wait, did you just say monkey dogs? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, monkey dogs. So Jay's Bar is where Ryu battles the first of the Malice Four, a group of lieutenants appointed by the Jaquio. Ryu, of course, does not know any of this yet. All he knows is that a lot of people want him dead, and this guy at Jay's Bar is the biggest of them so far.
It's our job here at Tales to be a little bit pedantic about how these stories are told. I would have felt a little better if Ryu had gotten here and maybe talked to someone that said, yeah, I got you, man. Your dad died. That really sucks. I think if you go down that street toward Jay's Bar, you'll meet some assholes that might be responsible. And then when Ryu goes down the street murdering everyone, including endangered monkey dog species, it's like, okay, that makes sense. He kind of had he had some indication that's what he should be doing. But this has all happened so fast. He just hops off a bus in a new town and starts murdering everybody with a sword like he's been doing bath salts in the back of a cross-country Greyhound for a week.
Back at the bar, Ryu meets the Barbarian, also known as the Executioner of South America. Oh, poor South America.
Wow.
He wields a giant axe. Terribly, by the way. After Ryu throws a few lantern stars, the Jay's Bar regular just goes down.
He's probably drunk. Also, what's a lantern star?
It's like a star, but a lantern.
Okay.
So why are so many people willing to die to keep Ryu from succeeding in his mission for revenge? We aren't the only curious ones. Ryu himself wonders, who are they? They seem to be following me.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's a group of injured people at a nearby bus stop wondering, who the fuck was that guy with the sword? And why was he so mad?
But, he cannot finish his inner monologue because a woman appears behind him, and Ryu asks, who's there? Just a girl. Get out of here.
Impolite.
The woman shoots him.
Overreaction.
She's probably had it for a while. I can't blame her.
He was the straw that broke the camel's back.
That's right. It's the straw that pulled the camel's trigger. We're given no immediate rationale for her violent action. And when a story withholds information, the audience is left to wonder. So let's do that, Travis.
Okay.
Let's wonder. What is your working theory as to why she shot Ryu?
Brand new gun. Got to test it out.
That makes sense. Okay. I'm thinking maybe this is a game from the 80s, and so female characters are usually considered dumb. She probably thought it was a candle, and that candles have triggers to light them, and that candles should be held horizontally. That's my guess.
You're thinking she's wrong a lot.
I'm thinking the 80s thinks she's wrong a lot, okay?
Sure.
I want to correct
that. Maybe she thought Ryu was a ghost, and being wrong, as you've established she is, she thought ghosts could be killed with bullets.
Right. So you're saying she's dumb. Got it. Okay.
You started.
She thought she was on the set of The Crow and just saw someone dressed as a ninja.
To be fair, he told her to get out of here after saying she was just a girl. Also, it was Gwen Stefani, and she's just a girl, and her shit is bananas. So, she's crazy. She's bananas. So that makes sense.
No, I think maybe she just walked from the bus stop and had to step over 40 dead bodies. 8 of them, of course, were endangered monkey dog species. I think she's just the zoo police, and probably also the regular police. She has a right to shoot him.
Yeah, he's left a trail. Also, maybe it's Laura Croft, and he just looked alive.
It's true.
So she shot him.
As we established in a previous season, she likes to shoot things.
She will do it.
So the instruction manual calls this woman Irene Liu and states that Ryu met her at a bar, which is probably important context and that the game probably should have told us.
Yeah, I mean, we do meet her immediately after defeating the barbarian in Jay's bar, although I don't know if I'd use the word meet to define that scenario.
Yeah, so, I mean, okay, so technically maybe the game does tell us that they met in a bar, but usually stories of such meetings in bars are, less about visiting Guntown and more about visiting Bonetown.
Yeah. I mean, the best Friday night in the fall is when the old Bonetown Hard-Ons, good program, and the Guntown Pew-Pews, up-and-comers, they go head-to-head for the big game, and, boy, I just punch my ticket,
You would imagine the Guntown Pew-Pews, their mascot is probably like a talking gun, but I kind of want it to be like a gun-shaped fart so that the pew-pew has double meaning there.
There you go.
So also the instruction manual states that nobody seems to know her name, which probably should have been told to the instruction manual author, who less than an inch from this very line has included in all caps the name Irene Liu.
Yeah, that is real dumb, isn't it? But I also want to point out that L. Wiener is an anagram of Irene Liu, and that is fun. That's a fun time.
I love that I laughed at L. Wiener, not knowing where you're going with it. I was just like, he said Wiener. Oh. Okay, so now we're in Act 2. Act 2, Ryu awakens inside a cell.
What kind of cell are we talking here? Prison? Skin?
Prison.
Yeah, that makes the most sense.
Ryu is feeling the pain of his gunshot wound, as one would. Now, we know this because Ryu says quite clearly, "Ow!" He then asks to himself, "Where am I?" Surely he doesn't expect an answer, as he is alone in this prison cell or biological cell. I'm still not ruling that out. Now, surprisingly, the woman who shot him appears outside the cell door and says, "I see the anesthetic is wearing off." "Who are you?" Ryu asks. I really want a nice, overacting Disney child feel acting, so. "Who are you?" Ryu asks. The woman tells him to stay quiet and then proceeds to ask a favor of Ryu.
"Can you give me back my bullet?"
She gives him a small statue and tells Ryu to escape. "There's no time to explain," she says, but Ryu demands an explanation, asking, "Hey, didn't you try to kill me?" which I agree with Ryu is a more important question than, "Why did you give me this statue?" Though both, I suppose, deserve answers.
I don't know, man. My first thought was honestly about the statue. I don't know what that says about me, but we got to figure this out.
But the woman isn't having it, though. She ignores this question and tells Ryu that someone's coming. She cautions him to be careful, which I kind of interpret as sarcasm, as in hey, yeah. So remember when I was able to sneak up on a master ninja and shoot him? Yeah, so you're going to want to be more careful than that guy. Oh, what? That terrible ninja was you? Oh, I've got egg on my face. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's a good point. This game has already played its hand on the rock, paper, scissors logic for ninjas. Sure, he's a pretty swift sword wielder, but you can just straight fucking shoot the guy just about whenever you want. Somehow the bad guys don't pick up on this. It's like, lady, you have a gun. I think the statue's safer with you. I'm 14, and I have just a sword. I don't even have a dad.
Now I have a mental image of her pulling her dad out of her pocket and throwing her dad at people as a weapon.
Now you have a dad. What's your excuse?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Ryu escapes through what seems to be an underground mine, but is described in the NES instruction manual as an outpost.
What defines an outpost? Is an outpost a place that just isn't right here where I'm worried about? What's that over there? Oh, that's an outpost. But you ask the same people over there at the outpost what here is, they'll tell you the same thing.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
So the boxing baddies, the bat wielders and monkey dogs, are now joined by flying bats to continue their relentless pursuit of Ryu. Eventually, Ryu emerges from the mine into Death Valley, where he climbs a castle exterior. He fights atop the castle battlements, joined now by giant wasp-like creatures, machine-gunning brutes, and army-fatigued swordsmen, and for some reason, sword-throwing wraiths.
Oh. So they did get some guns, though. Well played. Well played.
Guns with bullets that move incredibly slow. Dare I say, easily jumpably slow.
Oh, my.
Yeah, it's a shame. A shame for them. Good for us, as the player.
Yeah.
So soon enough, Ryu meets the second lieutenant in Jaquio's army. Bomberhead is a street punk who was deserted in the South Bronx at a young age, and so had to learn how to fight in order to stay alive.
I think I could do without that detail instruction manual. Don't make me sympathize with this guy because I'm about to kill him. It's like he grew up as an orphan that the locals called Lil Georgie Two Britches because he only had 2 pairs of britches. One pair he wore as a shirt, and the other as pants. He was bullied throughout his early years and eventually turned to drugs at just 14. He does everything he can to save enough money to help his Nana, the woman who eventually took him in, to pay for her cancer treatment. Also, you're going to need to kill him.
See, that extended empathy actually has the opposite effect for me because that backstory kind of makes me want to kill him. I mean, there's no need to wear pants as a shirt. I mean, shirtless is an option, okay? It's, in fact, a very common option during the summer in the small town I grew up in that was full of people who stole PlayStations.
It's common in this podcast. Only none of us are wearing a shirt right now, so...
But kill him Ryu does. You know, maybe if the parents should have deserted Bomberhead further south into the Bronx, I guess.
Yeah, in the East River.
That's I don't know if that's in the South. It sounds like it's in the East.
Runs just south. I actually did pull up a map of New York.
Did you really?
I did. I wanted to be right. I thought that was a good joke.
They should probably change the name of that river then.
I thought the same thing. I thought the exact same thing.
The civil engineer was holding the map sideways, like when he was designing it. And then someone corrected it on him, and he was just like very staunchly.
He's like, it's east of somewhere.
Yeah. Maybe I'm thinking of like other worlds. You know, New York's not the center of the world. Okay,
yeah,
there's other places. Yeah. I want to speak to him. So immediately after killing this grown orphan, Ryu once again verbalizes the questions we all have. What is this bizarre statue anyway? And who was that woman? As I grew more and more suspicious, he continues, I went off to look for that supposed acquaintance of my father's, Mr. Smith.
What's with this supposed? Does he not trust his father now? And he's moving on from the first 2 questions awfully fast. I might not be doing a whole lot of roaming around until I know what this statue is and what that woman wanted me to do with it. You know, and I would have loved to see her then hand Ryu something else, anything else, so that Ryu has to puzzle his way into figuring out how the 2 items related. Like she gives him a statue and then just an old like mason jar, but it's homemade lube.
So like first the statue and then like with a smile some lipstick.
He's like, oh wait, I still don't get it.
It's like it's like the reason you can't buy condoms and candy bars in the same shopping trip. Like you just can't. I mean, it's gonna look weird.
Yeah,
you know?
like you can't buy like a hatchet and diapers.
Yeah, right.
You're like, you traveling? Yeah.
I will be as soon as I commit this baby murder.
Do you guys have ski masks? Because I didn't see any.
Act 3. It must be a lot of murderers. It must be murder season. You know, it's hard to keep them in stock.
Yeah.
Act 3 begins with this supposed acquaintance asking to someone off screen,
who is it?
Cut to, we're in New Mexico. I don't know if that helps.
I've never met anybody from New Mexico except for Alex.
It does sound like him, though. I guess you're kind of right. Okay. All right. I'm with it. Okay. Cut to Ryu. You must be Walter Smith. The name's the Ryu Hayabusa. The supposed acquaintance responds,
who? That sort? Oh, of course. You must be Ken Hayabusa's son. which I somehow didn't put together. You said Hayabusa. I mean, this place is, I got to say, it's lousy with Hayabusas. But the sword. Oh, it says on your sword right there, it says Sword of Ken Hayabusa's son. It's just all adding up for me. How are you, Ryu? Your father's dead.
Don't I know it? Wah, wah, wah. So, yeah, even without that etching that you had just made up that's on the sword, although I really want to believe it is there, I suppose Walter's conclusion is appropriate, only if we assume that Walter Smith knows lots of Hayabusas. We've determined that Galesburg is lousy with them. A lousy with Hayabusas is a phrase I'm really happy to have heard today. Ryu then continues, in his last letter, my father told me I should see you. Walter Smith must understand what a last letter from Ken Hayabusa means, as he grimly states,
I see. So it has already begun.
He elaborates,
Ken and I were on an expedition to some old Amazon ruins. We found a strange statue and a stone tablet.
And a whole pile of lube.
Yeah. It was in a mason jar, looked homemade.
Just looked like the lube Grandma used to make, like the good old homemade stuff. You can't get that in them stores. Nope. So
the jelly you used to get out of a sick pig's nose. We were country.
Oh, man. Okay, so Walter starts to relay what the tablet said, but Ryu interrupts to show Walter the statue that the woman gave him. I imagine he does it with a knowing flourish, like, oh, you mean this statue? Ha ha ha! And Walter Smith says,
yes, precisely. I thought it had been stolen. That demon statue possesses enough evil power to destroy an entire nation. Get down from the windows. Did you not just hear what I said?
So yeah, just a nation. That doesn't seem all that destructive as far as destruction goes. In video games anyway, I've played Battlefield 4. Maybe we can just let it destroy a small nation, That seems like a fair deal. Ryu has already killed more people than could populate a small nation, real small nation, but probably. I say let the statue have some fun, tire itself out. We all go home and relax with some ninja wine and watch a bad ninja movie on Ninja Netflix.
On Netflix?
Ugh. Nah, I loved it. That was good.
Walter Smith, thankfully, because I love the voice, continues.
The demon came to this earth and caused many deaths. But then Shinobi, you've probably heard of him, he appeared to stop the demon. Shinobi borrowed the strength of the dragon, encountered each of the demon's spells, and thus was able to overcome it. Are you paying attention to me, Ryu?
Yeah.
Though it was defeated, the demon was not dead. So Shinobi confined the evil power of the demon in two statues of light and shadow. And the body of the demon was confined in a temple. This one must be the shadow statue. Therefore...
But before Walter Smith can finish, a ninja clad in green rushes in, grabs the statue, and jumps through a window. But not before quipping, and now I've got it! Ha ha, bye, friend!
Son of a bitch! Did I? Yep. I was speaking into my intercom the whole time. The whole neighborhood heard that. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Ryu's quest for revenge takes a sudden detour now as he takes off to steal back the Statue of Shadow. Act 3 begins with Ryu traversing nearby Crystal Lake in pursuit of the statue's stealer.
Didn't Ryu's dad steal the statue first? Maybe, yes. Yeah, maybe this green ninja thief is just taking back what rightfully belongs to him. And maybe, hear me out, it's a ninja leprechaun. And he sees the statue as his goal. Do you know how weird leprechauns get over that shit?
Boy, do I.
Yeah, you know.
Man. I mean, maybe that's true, but Ryu isn't interested in nuance right now, Travis. He's hyped up on revenge juice, which must contain a lot of caffeine or something, because he's got quite an itchy sword finger.
That metaphor only works with guns.
Crystal Lake may sound familiar to you if you know the Friday the 13th movies. The camp that Jason haunts is called Camp Crystal Lake. It's impossible to know if Ryu is in pursuit alongside the very same Crystal Lake, We're just going to say that the name is an homage, and move on.
We could pretend, though, that Jason is actually one of the Malice 4 lieutenants. The barbarian in Jay's bar kind of looked like him.
Yeah, well, the barbarian in Jay's bar is dead, so rampaging through Jason's old stomping grounds shortly after killing feels a bit too gratuitous for a trained ninja on a mission.
You can't sway me. This is all taking place on the Friday the 13th universe in my head. You can't sway me.
After battling through more of the same henchmen, Ryu arrives at the Lizard Mountains, which are covered in snow. And snow is something, fun fact, lizards don't like. What with them being cold-blooded and all.
Right.
And so with this disparity now present, I can retroactively confirm that the Crystal Lakes are different, because apparently Ninja Gaiden likes to give places names that indicate the opposite of what actually lives in those places.
I get that. That's why I call my house the enormous Cock Hotel.
Is that on the placard out front? Is on the welcome rug?
Well, it's because it's a house. I do have an enormous cock. Dumbass.
It just registered that you said hotel. That's funny. Finally, Ryu reaches Yumi's cave, where he finds Berserker, presumably the ninja who restole the shadow statue from Walter Smith's office. Berserker was once a member of a mysterious Chinese organization who were known as the Five Rangers of Doom. After becoming an outcast for utilizing sadistically cruel methods, he was discovered by the Jaquio and made a member of the Malice 4.
They really do a disservice by numbering themselves like that. Like, if you're being sought by the Five Rangers of Doom or the Malice 4, you know about how many guys to expect. But if you're being hunted by, the farts of Pooheim, you don't know how many that could be. Could be 30 farts of Pooheim. Could just be two dudes really adept at 4chan. You really never know.
You're right. Plus, they're called the farts of Pooheim. Yeah. You should stay away from those.
Seriously.
So Berserker is too sadistic for a mysterious organization with the word Doom in its title. Now, this guy must then be quite the challenge for Ryu. And he is in some ways. Berserker is much quicker than any of the previous Malice 4 lieutenants, but fortunately, he is also very predictable. With patience and several well-timed shurikens, Berserker joins his fellow Malice 4 lieutenants in Malice 4 Heaven, also known as Regular Hell. Ryu leaves Yumi's cave quickly, saying to himself as he does, "After getting back the demon statue, I felt a strange premonition and hurried back." He arrives at Walter Smith's office to find the supposed acquaintance of his father's near death.
You can probably stop calling me a supposed acquaintance. I think I've proven myself.
Not a good choice for last words, man. You might want to think about that. So this is exactly what a supposed acquaintance would want us to think, okay? Ryu is a ninja, damn it. He's methodical, he's purposeful, and therefore he is forever skeptical. He's skeptical that ninjas should have sleeves covering their wicked awesome biceps in dramatic scenes, okay? He's skeptical that a magic fire ring, which he's used several times so far, should be used for any purpose other than burning enemies, and that poor people freezing to death in Arctic villages should just, kind of suffer through the cold, okay? And he's skeptical that a dying old man who's been nothing but helpful could actually just be a very helpful old man.
Wait a minute. I'm dying? What the hell?
Buried the lead there. Sorry. Soon we will bury you as well.
Oh, shit.
In his dying breath, I'm sticking with it, supposed acquaintance, Dr. Smith reveals to Ryu that the light demon statue has been taken from him. Ryu is surprised, of course, because he was unaware that Dr. Smith had the light statue. Smith continues,
"Yes, your father and I, we kept one of the statues just in case, so that the two statues would never become one. The demon's been asleep for 700 years, and now it's starting to wake up. Whatever we do, we've got to stop it. Get it back. There's no choice. You've got to become the Ninja Dragon."
The doctor then sadly passes away. Oh, wait, no, wait, not yet.
Lean in close. You were right to be skeptical of me.
Then he slowly opens his hand, revealing he's holding Ryu's credit card.
Check your credit history, bitch.
Okay, now he's dead.
I bought some IKEA with it.
But the moment is stolen by 3 suited men with guns who appear suddenly. They demand that Ryu come with them. He does, because even though he's killed hundreds of gun-toting enemies so far, none of those enemies had suits, ties, and very dapper fedoras. Ryu is simply both outnumbered and outclassed here.
I didn't expect that to stop a ninja, just wearing a hat.
It messes up with their visual spectrum. They can't figure it out. Act 4 begins with an intimidating suited man addressing Ryu.
Sorry if I startled you.
He says,
We're from the CIA Special Auxiliary Unit. My name's Foster. Getting right to the point.
He begins, but Ryu interrupts. Wait, I want to know why you killed Dr. Smith. The suited gentleman insists.
We didn't kill him, but we'll fill you in on what we know. In the upper reaches of the Amazon, some ancient ruins were discovered. It seemed the temple was built more than 2,000 years ago. The discoverer was Dr. Smith, who studied the ruins for some time, but one day he suddenly sealed off the ruins, and ever since then no one has gone close. Later, however, a man moved in and took over the ruins. His name is Guardia de Miu. He calls himself the Jacquio.
Good.
Which I realize right now is probably supposed to be pronounced Jacquio, to, fold in with the whole French pronunciation of his other name. But too late for that. The Jacquio. Okay. According to our records, it seems that the temple is not where gods are worshipped, but was built to imprison the body of the demon. Therefore, evil spirits are supposed to be held in the statue you have. Dr. Smith probably already knew that. He was probably killed by someone working for the Jacquio. When a black moon shines, light and dark break apart. The king of darkness howls. Those were the last words written on the stone tablet. If someone brings the demon back to life, he will gain incredible power. Enough to control the entire world.
Oh my. That's a lot of information.
Wait. Dr. Smith said there was only enough power to destroy a nation. So you're saying Dr. Smith was only a supposed accomplice? I knew it. That is a proper reaction, I suppose. Much more appropriate than Ryu's actual response. So you know about that? I can't tell if he's surprised the CIA knows or if he's embarrassed about it. Like the CIA just revealed that they had been surveilling Ryu for the last several years while he jerked off to pictures of throwing stars wearing satin nighties.
Which sounds amazing. By the way, light some candles, sniff on some old kimono you found, really immerse. I think it's not that bad.
The CIA guy informs Ryu that the woman who shot him was one of his agents.
They are after you,
he tells Ryu.
No shit.
Go to their headquarters. Get the demon statue back from them.
He ends with,
Of course you will be paid for the work.
This has got to be one hell of a contract negotiation, though, right?
How much is this job paying? Does it pay as much as my lawn mowing jobs over the summer for Mrs. Rutherford down the street?
We're looking at a standard hero fee, of course, with meals, a hotel paid, and a reasonable per diem allowance.
Oh, per diem, huh? Wait, what is standard about this mission? This is easily a level 2 search and destroy mission with intent to kill a demon, which according to paragraph 4, clause 2 demonry, places this mission firmly above the standard hero rates. Meh.
That clause falls under section 2, which defines the actions of the hero, not the actions of the target.
Oh, so if I use demonry on myself, then I get paid more?
If demonry is required.
I can shoot rings of fire and freeze time, and also I can hold dozens of giant head-sized shurikens on my person. Where are they kept, you ask? You'll never find out.
Okay. I think that last thing falls under party trick / disgusting and painful, not demonry.
So how much extra does that pay?
Let me see here, section 2, paragraph 4, clause 3. Use of your butt as a weapon container adds $3, just $3 to that per diem allowance.
Nice, ka-ching. Hey, you want to hold one of my shitikins?
No, put that back. Or don't. Put it down. Wash your hands and put it down.
Once it's out, it's really hard to put back.
I bet. Yeah.
Then, regarding the mission, Ryu responds with, "And if I say no?" To which the CIA guy responds,
You know the answer to that.
Cut to a helicopter dropping Ryu into the South American Amazon rainforest.
No, fuck, not a helicopter. That's not good.
Every episode, man. This thing is not going to survive. Ryu's journey through the Amazon is much like his journey through every other biome. Not only has Ryu managed to gather the funds necessary to instantly travel across the country and the world, but so have the dozens of enemy types.
I wonder if they get a group rate on airfare.
Yeah, and how do they sneak their weapons on board?
I wonder if any of them choose the vegetarian option.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I think these questions and more are well worth exploring in a skit. Okay,
good.
Hi, welcome to Evil Air, where the air is always evil.
Indeed. I like your bow tie there, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm going to need to be somewhere where there's a lot of leg room, okay?
Well, can I ask why you need so much leg room?
Do you need to ask why with this knife shoved in your ribs?
Oh, you didn't tell me you had a knife in my ribs. Okay, that's going to be closer to the back on the left. You'll probably want to choose a window seat. All right.
Thank you so much.
And you, hello. Welcome to Evil Air, where the air is... Oh, hello. Hi. Well, you're very excited.
Yeah.
You know, we're excited to have you.
I've never flown.
Oh, well, don't you worry. You know, Evil Air is the evilest of airlines, and I can tell by your breath that you are very evil.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, no, this has been fun for me, too. Go ahead, far back. What you want to sit is not in first class, but in last class, right up next to the bathroom. This is where you'll want to be. I can tell you're going to need those.
I've already thrown up 3 times.
Well, I'm very good at my job. I can read that. All right. So, you know what? And also, before you go, here's some evil flight wings to pin on your chest. Well, you're shirtless, but just there's already blood, so I guess this won't matter. Go ahead and just jam that pin right into your chest. Okay. All right. There.
This is evil.
Didn't think you'd do that. All right. Yeah, go ahead. So you can. Oh, and lastly, there's a group of 3 here I'm establishing for this skit, and no more than that. Hi, welcome to Evil Air, where the air is always evil.
What about the air is so evil?
Well, it's mostly the farts. We actually cater to the gang of Poonheim, I think they're called, or what was the name of that?
Farts of Poonheim. Yeah, I'm an ex-member.
Okay.
Yeah, they kicked me out because I couldn't fart on command. Yeah. They'd say, does this flight have any vegetarian options, like just beans, so I can fucking fart real good? That's what it's all about for me, ma'am.
Well, we are Evil Air, which means we actually only serve vegetarian options.
Thank God.
So
Perfect.
Go ahead, and here's that opened can of beans for you to go ahead and get started.
Oh, you already
All right.
opened it. That's wonderful.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
That's
You'll
good.
want to sit up in first class instead of last class by the bathrooms, because what you'll want to do is make sure you crop dust the entire cabin on your way back to the toilets multiple times. Once again, the air is evil here.
Yeah. This fucking rules.
Ryu battles through the Amazon, through the Basilisk Minefield.
The what?
I don't know, the Basilisk Minefield, whatever that is.
Okay.
And in the Temple of Darkness, specifically through the Hall of Demons, where the 3rd of Jacquio's lieutenants, Kelberos, awaits.
Oh, what is the arena called where you fight Kelberos? The Barbarian was in Jay's bar. That's a cool setting. Got the bar there. Yeah. Then Bomberhead was in Amura's altar. That's dark and cool and altar. It's kind of a vibe. Yeah. Basquar was in Yumi's cave. Another cool dark setting. Caves are great. So where are we fighting this Kelberos?
Oh man, get ready for this.
All right.
Act 4's climactic boss battle takes place in. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. The space of Kelberos.
Which is called what? What's it called?
The space of Kelberos.
That's it? Oh, well.
There's
No way. They just... What is that? Is that placeholder text? Like just the space of? Like Kelberos just leased a new studio apartment. There's no furniture in it yet. He can't move in until the 15th. It's just a space. Oh, man.
That's exactly right. According to the ancient inscribed instruction manual, Kelberos was once the pet dog of the Jacquio and was given up as a sacrifice victim for the evil spirits. And as a result, the soul of Kelberos returns and takes the form of an evil creature as a loyal servant to protect the Jaquio. However, this doesn't explain why there are 2 of these creatures in the fight. I don't know. Oh well. Ryu kills them both.
Dogs really are that loyal, huh?
After the battle, the Jaquio himself appears to taunt Ryu. "You have come a long way to bring me the demon statue. Now give it to me." This request does not sit well with Ryu. He seethes with anger, barely able to contain his rage as he looks the Guardia Demise in his evil eyes and tells him what must be said. No.
Sassy.
"Do you know what you are saying?" Jaquio responds. He then draws Ryu's attention to a nearby thug who has captured Irene Liu and holds her at knife point.
Wow.
Now Ryu should respond, "Good, kill her. She shot me and I have no idea who she is."
Yes, he should say that.
But instead, he just calls the Jaquio a coward. Irene tells Ryu not to give the statue to the Jaquio. The Jaquio tells him to put down the demon statue on the floor and back up. Ryu does so. Immediately, the Jaquio triggers a trapdoor, sending Ryu falling into a pit underground. The Jaquio then commands his thug to take Irene away, as she is going to be a sacrifice. Now, in the possession of both statues and on the once every 700 years Night of Rebirth, can anything stop the Jaquio?
I don't know. A convenient plot element? We'll have to see. Let's hope.
I think you're onto something.
Fingers crossed.
Act 5 begins with Ryu trying to escape the prison of the dead. Now, assumedly, he either already escaped his cell by the time we meet him, or the prison of the dead isn't terribly concerned about imprisonment. See, Ryu just fights through the very open prison, killing more enemies, jumping more gaps, all while probably smuggling cigarettes in his anus. Hey, you want one of these cigar butts? It's a cigarette from my butt. Want one? Once outside the prison, Ryu finds himself climbing a dangerous cliffside en route to the East Tower Outwall, also known as the Nails of Lukafel, as in what I tell my friend over and over when trying to pass this impossible level. Look, I fell!
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Look, I fell!
Yeah, I like that Ryu found himself doing this, like in the middle of climbing the cliff. He came to very confused. Oh my.
He's a ninja. He's always finding himself. He's reinvented all the time. Mm-hmm. That's what ninjas do. As mentioned, navigating these baddie-filled cliffs is extremely dangerous, and it's surprising Ryu could do it on his own. I mean, like, without even a map.
Yeah, I don't think he did do this on his own.
Wait, you think he had help? Like, from who?
I have an idea.
Oh, God. I think I know where this is going. Okay. I can't figure out the best way forward. If only I had help.
Hello? I am Greg. I can help you navigate these precarious cliffs.
Where did you come from?
Tomb Raider. I come from the episodes about Tomb Raider. Look, I can help you, but it won't be cheap.
Oh, no. I don't really have any money on me.
No money. I will accept but cigarette.
I don't have
Don't bullshit me. I know you have cigarette butt. Greg is very perceptive.
That's incredible.
Not really. I can see the shape of a cigarette poking through your pants, like if you were an action figure, and that little cigarette butt shaped tank noodle is where your plastic stand connects. It's actually quite disturbing and sexy. Sexy. Very sexy.
Yet, you will accept them as payment.
Yes. I want all 17 of them, even the soggiest one.
How did you know I have 17 exactly up there?
Greg is very perceptive.
Oh, Greg. You know, at the end of this episode, Greg, you and me, I think we're going to be the ones who get to high five and freeze frame as the credits roll.
Do you want to smell my finger?
Oh, Greg. So Greg leads Ryu to the place of red execution, where the fourth of...
Whoa. Where the hell? The place of what? Where is that? Red what?
Red execution.
That's dark. I love it.
Anyway, that's where the fourth of Jaquio's lieutenants awaits. Mulf, as he calls himself, says to Ryu, "You'll never get past me." Ryu, always the quick-witted one, returns with, "Then I must defeat you." But Mulf is ready to return with a startling revelation. "You are as bold as your father." But not satisfied with just revealing that he fought Ryu's father, he adds, "But he is a much better swordsman."
Hey, he did the moth. It added up for him. He did the moth.
The monster moth. The fight begins and ends rather quickly after just a handful of adequately thrown shurikens. But they are by poisonous and tainted shurikens.
That's
Literally tainted.
It's funny because they got poop on them.
Yeah, it's near the taint. As Mulf lies dying, he reveals that Ryu's father is still alive. He tells Ryu that if he proceeds further, he will see his father. "But," he says, "it will be the last thing you see."
Oh, but you're telling me I'll see him. Okay. Still kind of cool. I could have just not seen him. It's not that
That's
bad.
good. That's true. The final act, Act 6, has finally arrived.
Whew.
And what better environment to begin with than Death Bridge?
All right.
A bridge that, as the name suggests, either causes death or is death, and can otherwise be described as death, of course.
Or maybe it's not a bridge at all, but it's just the name of a Swedish metal band afraid of water.
Functionally speaking, the bridge is much the same as every other land Ryu has sliced and diced his way through. Lots of baddies to murder, lots of gaps to jump, and probably lots of hastily packed evil airplane luggage hidden behind rocks and trees. Now, Death Bridge leads to the Temple of Darkness, specifically the Hall of the Brahmins. Ooh. Then further into the Temple of Darkness, into the Hall of Judgment, until finally arriving at the Black Throne in the center of the Temple of Darkness.
All of these names are metal sounding as hell.
Once Ryu arrives, he's caught off guard by a voice from behind him. The voice says, "Boy, you deserve praise for making it this far." I'm going to try out my Southern plantation owner as well.
Oh, wow, it's the chief from In the Heat of the Night. That's great. Carol O'Connor.
Ryu asks, "Where are you? Show yourself." Which makes sense, considering he's in, the Temple of Darkness. And see, this whole time you thought the name was just a reflection of its owner's morality. No, it's like an ancient castle. There's no electricity.
That's
darkness
right.
is everywhere.
Makes sense.
The voice's source emerges from the darkness, revealing a devilish-looking masked character who claims to be the Masked Devil.
A little on the nose. The mask and the name.
Ryu isn't deterred. He says to the Masked Devil, "No one can beat me." But the Masked Devil has a single question in response. "Even your father?"
What?
The devil who wears a mask. That was his first. That was before he workshopped the name. The devil who wears a mask continues. "Your father was not killed. He has been turned into the Masked Devil. And unfortunately for Ryu, the Masked Devil side of Ken Hayabusa, Ryu's father, his personality dominates, meaning Ryu's father is all about murdering his son."
Oh, no.
Which I can't blame him. We've had to listen to his voice for the past hour or so. Now, Ryu forces himself to calm down, to focus, to think of a way to break the spell. Suddenly, he remembers the statues and the stories Walter Smith told him. Ryu's new objective is to destroy the statues and hopefully free his father from the spell of the Devil of the Mask.
No.
"Hey, Dad, does this cigarette smell weird to you?"
Yep.
"I need to know how much of your nose is affected by the Mask of the Devil mask."
I just like that that's the first thing he says to his dad when he sees him. It's like he's trying to break the ice with him. "Hey, Dad, does cigarette smell weird? I've been storing them in my butt."
Ever since you confronted him earlier about the smell of the shurikens, he's a little self-conscious.
Sure.
Now he's worried about it.
Yeah.
He used to be confident about it. He used to own it. Like, this was my thing. And now someone's like, "Your thing isn't worth being a thing." And now he up is down, left is right.
True.
Bad smells are good smells. Good smells are bad smells.
He's rattled.
So he does just that, frees his father from the spell. See, Ryu's father, now free of the devil mask, asks, "Where am I?" But the father and son reunited is short-lived. The Jaquio appears, intent on defeating Ryu once and for all. He fires a projectile from his hand directly at Ryu, but Ryu's father jumps in front of his son to take the shot himself. In the span of a few short minutes, Ryu went from thinking his father is dead, to learning that his father is alive, to learning that his father wants to kill him, to saving and momentarily reuniting with his father, to his father getting possibly killed for him. What a day, right?
What a day!
Ryu then defeats the Jaquio, who he kills in similar quick fashion as he did all of the Jaquio's lieutenants. Immediately following the Jaquio's defeat, Irene Liu appears, suddenly, somehow.
Helping Irene get here was no problem. Once she paid up, of course.
Hey! That's great! Hey, say, what are you chewing on?
Oh, this? This is the filter of a Snatch Black and Mild. It's a Snatch Black and Mild.
A Snatch Black and Mild?
Yes.
Wait, kinda like a cigar butt? Irene was in prison too?
No, I don't think she was in prison. No, I don't think so.
Huh.
Yeah. He just
I
gave
think
them
I might later have to ask my uncle about this in a very awkward, emotionally touching plot turning point in the child sitcom that is this episode.
It's so tasty.
Ryu exclaims, "Thank God you are safe." Apparently forgetting that she shot him earlier, which she really, really didn't have to do.
Really? She could have just said, "Excuse me, I have important things to tell you." There, yeah, that's it. No need to shoot a guy.
The celebration is short-lived, though, as Ryu's father, still alive apparently, tells Ryu that he must throw the two statues from the temple before the, quote, black moon shines, which we learn is another name for a lunar eclipse. We learn this because immediately after Ryu's father's instructions, a lunar eclipse begins, and Ryu loses his shit because of it.
I see a black moon rising on.
No time for singing, Ryu. Okay, we have important stuff to do.
Dad, that's CCR. You've been dead. But it's good. Fogarty.
Ryu cannot destroy the statues in time. The lunar eclipse completes, and now Ryu must fight a shrimp-looking dragon thing.
As you do.
He does. And though the fight is harder than any of the other lieutenants, and even the Jaquio himself, it's not more difficult than the collective battles have been during this endeavor. Which begs the question, why not just let the shrimp-looking dragon thing, have a statue and then just fight it, without having to do this whole chasing around the world shit?
Right? And why even have a father to start with?
Yeah.
That's a start of all this issue. No father, no problem.
Ryu's father, held by Ryu, then tells his son that he needs to escape with that woman before the temple collapses.
You mean Elle Wiener.
Of course, I would love for Ryu to say that's her name, just so the father's dying words can just be an immature chuckle. Of course, Ryu doesn't want to leave his father, but ultimately he must, because his father dies, and escaping a crumbling building with literal dead weight is probably pretty tricky.
Yeah. Plus, Ryu is liking the sound of a new stepmom, sounds like.
Once Ryu and Irene escape, Irene calls into her headquarters. Wait, why would he have a new stepmom? That would mean that some lady would have to have married the corpse?
Well, it seems like his dad was interested in that woman. He's like, where's that woman? Maybe he was like...
Oh, I get it now.
Maybe the two. I don't know.
Moving on. So, where was I? Shit.
Just trying it out. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Once Ryu and Irene escape, Irene calls into her headquarters to confirm that the temple has been destroyed. She is then told to kill Ryu Hayabusa and take the demon statues. Ryu, who overhears this, is understandably upset.
Yeah.
He swears to find Foster, Irene's boss, and kill him, I guess, for I think telling Irene to kill Ryu. Hey, I don't really know Ryu's motivation at this point.
He's stressed out. Hey, are these cigar butts extra menthol?
But Irene stops him from immediately running after and killing Foster. Then Ryu, I guess to kind of the audience, makes a comment about Irene being his payment for a successful mission, as though women are currency. And then they kiss. The end.
Whoa, no sir. Bad Ryu. That's not... Oof.
And that is the tale of the first Ninja Gaiden game on the NES. And that entire story, I know, it seems really airtight, right? Okay, there's conflict, there's character motivation, the plot points are reasonably developed. Well, you only think all of that because you're an idiot.
Ooh, ouch. Ouch.
Yeah, there's
Ouch.
so much more we need to know. And thankfully, we're not done. Now, our old friend FX9 is here to save the day and to save the narrative with the Ninja Gaiden installment of the Worlds of Power books from the early 1990s.
Oh, hell yeah, man. If you recall, the last Lessersode, our Blaster Master series, was thanks to FX9's books. We should definitely track this guy down and interview him for giving us at least 3 hours excuse to make content.
I would be curious if he remembers anything about these books.
Right? I know.
Because he's kind of like a successful author now. So
I think he's really good at making shit up, so he could improv that he did remember, and that would be fun.
That's awesome. I'd love to hear his thoughts on Master Blaster.
Yeah, Blaster Master. Blaster.
So Ninja Gaiden, as part of the Worlds of Power series books, was published in 1990, and like all Worlds of Power books, it promises to fill in the many narrative gaps of the associated video game. Early video games just didn't have the memory capacity to develop robust narratives, so let's take a few of the shallower aspects of the NES game and see what the Worlds of Power book can tell us that the game did not. Now first, I think we need to know a little bit more about Ryu's father, Ken Hayabusa.
Yeah, like why Japanese video games only know the names Ken and Ryu, for starters.
Yeah, if there was a Street Fighter Worlds of Power book, you know we'd be reading that next.
Yeah.
But for now, we just have to assume Ken and Ryu are incredibly popular names, shared among family members, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair. Then, next, we'll need to find out why on the cover of the Worlds of Power book, Ryu is just fist-bumping the audience. It's awkward.
Yeah, it's strange. So the cover of the Worlds of Power book uses almost the same art as the cover of the NES game. The only difference is that the NES game features Ryu holding a kunai, or a dagger. But for the Worlds of Power book, the kunai has been airbrushed out. So now, instead of taunting you with his ninja weapon skills, he's trying to fist bump you. And apparently Scholastic, the publisher, thought it looked too violent. The kunai, not the fist bumping. But now it has the opposite, but I think equally scary effect of being aggressively friendly. Like Ryu is saying, hey, we're friends, right? Right? Prove it. Bump my fist.
Yeah, it is weird. Like, hey, kid, let's travel far away and murder everyone within 100 feet of a bus stop when we get to it. Come on. Get on my back. Also, I'm supposed to be 14, but I'm easily
That
36.
was actually, I think, the most shocking part is realizing that he's supposed to be like a teenager. It's really weird.
Yeah.
The book opens with Ryu blindfolded, under attack by multiple enemies. Now, we immediately learn one aspect of Ryu's ninja training when we are told Ryu Hayabusa saw everything, not with his eyes. They were only one sense of 6. And if you only trusted one sense, you were dead.
Oh, dear. I only have 5 senses, I think.
Now, had young Caleb read this book, that line alone would have made its way into the Things Caleb Learned About Ninjas from Popular Media Knowledge Vault. This tidbit would file nicely, I think, alongside the ability to use a throwing star to cut through ropes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Super Ninja, released by Good Times Videos in 1994. Or alongside the use of ninja hand claws to climb a solid rock wall. Thank you, American Ninja 4.
Wow. Man, you're really into it. Young Travis was just starting to toss ropes, if you know what I'm saying, around 1994, so this was all lost on me.
I wonder who did that. You should look for curly hairs nearby the scene of the accident and bring them to your mom.
Yeah. It was the neighbor. Yeah. Breaking in here and fucking jerking it. Wasn't me, Mom. I'm a Christian.
And after this training session, Ryu is awarded his Dan grade. Akira, his teacher, says, "From this day on, you are the highest class of ninja warrior, and the best I have ever seen in my entire life." And Ryu is 13. He tries to remain calm, but he shouts, "Yahoo!"
Right, yeah. He started the ya, pre-adolescent, the who. Man.
Yahoo!
Yeah. Puberty right there. Boom. Saw it.
There should be a crack right in the middle of it, like a Yahoo!
Yeah, exactly.
So we also learn in chapter 1 of the book that Ryu is 13 years old, making him easily the buffest 13-year-old ever.
Yeah.
And that a fully trained ninja is unable to keep his excitement in check.
Yeah, it's like when I used to play Little League Baseball, there was always one kid on the other team that was easily 26, and you're like, the other coaches would be like, "We swear he's 14, we have his birth certificate." Like, yeah, but I don't know about that.
But let's skip to Chapter 3, where we learn more about Ryu's father, Ken. See, Chapter 3 opens with Dr. Smith, at this time known as Dr. Wimple, navigating the Amazon with Ken Hayabusa. I don't understand what's so funny about people's last names.
I don't either. What was funny about that? It's a strong name, right?
So they're navigating the Amazon with Ken Hayabusa on the very expedition that would ultimately spawn the events of the game. Ken and Dr. Wimple's relationship is one that can be described as, I'd say, problematic. So Ken calls Dr. Wimple a wimp many times.
I mean, it's right in the name, Wimple. I mean, there's a logical connection for shortening it. It's a nickname. It's not like he was calling him Dr. Pussy or anything. Like, by the way, though, you can definitely call me that if you want.
Yeah, I think Dr. Wimple was like begging for that as the nickname. Probably.
Yeah.
It also just throws into stark contrast what the author, or throws into stark relief what the author thought children who are reading this book think adults do. Like, oh, when you become an adult, you still make fun of people by calling them wimps. Okay, I get it. Check.
True.
So pair that with this relationship, this problematic relationship. Pair that with Ken's refusal to ever go without his sword. You know, a sword he refers to as an old trusted friend that, quote, never lets you down. And you've got kind of a bit of a Stockholm syndrome situation where Dr. Wimple kind of puts up with Ken's bullying, even though Ken is more likely to call an inanimate object a friend than a human being.
Yeah, that's a little bit weird. That's a little bit strange.
Yeah. So deep into the jungle, they discover a large flat tablet covered with intricate etchings. The etchings translate to, "All praise the great hero Shinobi, who on this day in Anno Domini 1290 confronted the powerful demon of the Temple of Darkness." Now, Wimple is confused. Oh, I think you're up. You're up, Slugger.
How could a Japanese be in the Amazon 200 years before Columbus?
It's like, well, Wimple, conquest isn't just a Spanish thing. Other people conquistadored. Dumbass.
They read on. When the demon's body lay bloodless on the ground, slain by Shinobi's sword, its power lived on. It continued the fight, unleashing the forces of nature. Though Shinobi could not beat this invisible enemy, he fought bravely, dividing the demon's energy in two, the forces of light and dark. Thus disabling the demon, he imprisoned the forces into two statues, buried hereunder.
Wait, both statues are in one location? Seems like a bad decision.
Yeah. Wait, I'm not done. There's more described on this apparently huge tablet. The demon will begin to wake at the time of the dark moon, approximately every 700 years. And I know saying approximately probably really doesn't help out you guys. You kind of need a specific date for this, but hey, that's all we got to go on. Sorry.
Yeah. There's like a 10-year window here where we're like, I guess any day now. I don't even...
Yeah, is it going to happen? I don't know.
Yeah.
If the statues are in the same temple as the demon, they will join forces and inhabit the demon's body, releasing unimaginable power. The world will not survive. However, if the statues are not inside the temple, the demon will remain harmless.
Oh, good, a harmless demon.
Ken ponders the ascription while Wimple dismisses it.
Surely you don't take all that seriously, do you, Ken? It's silly, right?
Ken claims that just finding the statues validates the inscription. He goes on to suggest that it's obvious what happened here. Clearly, Shinobi's demon was the Komodo dragon, an ancestor of the one we found. The rest, the pagan mumbo-jumbo, we should leave the folklore to experts.
Huh. So the pagan stuff is mumbo-jumbo, but the Japanese demon stuff is right on. This guy's kind of a racist asshole.
Or hear me out, maybe he just knows about something really cool, that we don't know about.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
He could.
But he's probably racist.
He's racist.
Dr. Wimple puts both statues into his pack, and the two continue investigating the area. They find an ancient grave marker. Suddenly, the marker slides to the side, revealing a vaguely human-shaped monster. The monster rises from the grave and demands, "Give me the statues."
Rude.
Yeah, that's rude. Now, Ken, he declines,
Yeah.
Well, more appropriate, he roasts that motherfucker with an insult to end all insults. He says, get this, you're going to love it. This is so Ken. He says, "Not if your life sheep face.
Whoa!
Ouch! yeah. And then he tells Wimple to run, not because he wants to save Wimple's life, but remember, the statues are in Wimple's backpack. So, yeah. So then the monster demands once again, give me the statues. And Ken, he's a card. He declines again.
Whoa.
But this time, the monster zaps him with an electric current. And then Ken concedes, He's like, oh, all right. At least leave me with enough strength to open my backpack.
Wow. Leave me with just that amount. Yeah, that's... Yeah.
So what follows is, to my mind, the funniest image in this entire book. And I quote, with agonizing slowness, Dr. Hayabusa removed his backpack. He set the pack down. He fumbled with the laces. He removed his canteen from the top. He dumped the contents on the ground. End quote. So keep in mind, this entire time the monster is just waiting. And I imagine he's just got his arms crossed and is thumping the ground with his toe.
Yeah. I absolutely love that visual. I thought the same thing. It's like when you leave Sonic paused too long and he just starts stamping his foot. I just imagine that's, all right. Is it enough strength I see why you needed the strength now. Jesus, what are you?
There's a lot of laces on this bag. Like more laces than most bags have.
Oh, Christ, Are you an Eagle Scout? My God.
I mean, you have the canteen in your hand. You might, hey, you need to stay hydrated when you're doing that much work. I say maybe take a few swigs. I'm here. I'm fine. So eventually, the monster loses his patience and screams, "No one plays games with me, foolish insect. Prepare to meet a fate more unimaginably terrible than death."
Huh.
And the fight ends with Wimple escaping at the urge of Ken, and Ken left, apparently, to die.
Sorry, Ken, I gotta go.
Flash forward to the present day. Ryu reads a letter written by his father 13 years ago for his son. The letter reads, "My beloved..." Wait, I should probably read in Ken's voice, which is similar to Ryu's, but, like, older. "My beloved son, I haven't left home yet, and already I miss you with all my heart. Each day away from you, I will always regret. And when I race home in 2 weeks, your poor mother... Poor because I don't send her any child support checks. Not emotionally poor. I don't care about that. She will not be able to tear you out of my arms. Then I will rip up this letter. You will never be able to read it and laugh at my sentimental feelings when you are a teenager. If you are reading this, my son, it means I did not return." Uh-oh. "It means that you are now at the end of your training, and you are ready to complete the mission I have failed."
It's like, I just want to be a dancer, Dad. Broadway, not broadsword. Oh, no.
The letter continues. "Ryu, when I leave for South America, I will take my second most trusted sword, and I leave you with the first most trusted sword."
Wait, why didn't you take the most trusted sword with you? You knew you were headed into a life or death territory, right? Considering you wrote this fucking letter? Like, "Hey, dear Ryu, I left the good sword out in the truck. You can have it. I'll take old Betty, one we used to pry off a transmission on that Impala. You remember, you were 6 months old, and we overhauled that 67. Anyway, I hope you become a ninja, or else I'm going to be totally fucked. Sincerely, Pa."
The letter continues, man. It's not done. This is as long as an anciently inscribed tablet.
And most of what you read is actually in the book. I think you only ad-libbed once, yeah.
It's up to the listener to determine where. I think it's going to be really hard to find that.
I think so.
"I leave you the first most trusted sword, the dragon sword. It makes me laugh to imagine your tiny baby fingers around it now, but I know someday you will be a ninja, finer and braver than I. Take this sword to America and look for Dr. Walter Smith, a renowned archaeologist. He will tell you what happened and what to do. Be always on your guard and never forget the last words of the ancient poem I whispered in your ear before I left." And before I read it, I gotta say I can't fault him. It was a good idea, right? Because infants notoriously known for remembering and taking in everything and never forgetting anything. So
Yeah, I whisper to my daughter where I leave my car keys. I say under the this, under the mat, under this, because I can go back later and try to extract that information from her when she's like 15.
Yeah. And have you been unable to drive your car lately due to a loss of car keys?
I had to buy a bike.
So she forgot. Okay, well, you know what? This book is bullshit, but it continues. Bullshit nonetheless. Here's the poem, by the way. And when you're lost, my son, when joy becomes despair, I'll send a star of deepest gold to let you know I'm there. Boo! Your loving father.
I'm honestly not sure what any of that means.
No, me either. I always worry when people are on their deathbed saying, hey, I'll send a sign. I'll send a sign. Because whether you believe in heaven, whether you believe in an afterlife or whatever, you don't know what the rules of that heaven or afterlife is. No. You're going to get up to the pearly gates, and Peter, whoever's hanging out up there trying to let you in, it's like, hey, what are you going to do when you get to heaven? And they're like, oh, man, first thing I have to do is take a shit, man. I've had to go for a while. Second thing I have to do, absolutely. Wait, nope. My body just defecated itself. Yep, okay, so never mind. Okay, first thing I need to do, I need to let my son know, like, I'm in heaven, so I got to send him out a star. And then, Peter's just, oh, God, this again. I don't know where people got this idea. Like, you can't do that, man. Stars are celestial bodies that have a pretty predictable movement pattern. There's a whole science about it. Astrology. Have you heard about it? Like, you can't just change that. Like, we can't. That's he's God, but he's not like God. You know what I mean? Like, you can't.
He just influences baseball games. He doesn't do star stuff.
That's all he does.
He's literally just like Earth baseball god. That's it. Doesn't do stuff with stars and shit. Sorry.
Nope. That's science. That's not like his realm.
Yeah. You should have told your son you were going to have somebody hit a foul ball or something in the third inning of something. Kevin Costner would have done that. Do what Kevin Costner would have done. He loves baseball and angels and shit.
Ryu then tells his mother, as she is weeping, that he's going to find and punish whoever killed his father, her husband. Here's where the events of the game start, with a 13-year-old Ryu reading the letter from his father. So Ryu leaves to find Walter Smith once in Galesburg, New Mexico, on the grounds of Galesburg University, where Dr. Walter Smith studies. Ryu is approached by campus security guards who question why he's carrying a ninja sword around on his back. Now, Ryu tries to explain that the sword is part of Dr. Smith's archaeology project, but the guards aren't having it.
Right.
They say they're like, "Look, kid," one of the guards says, like, "I don't care if you're Bruce Lee. No weapons on campus."
Man, how times have changed. Now you might get stopped for not carrying a gun.
But you always stop someone carrying a sword, and then you ask for a picture, because it could be like a famous cosplayer. You have no idea.
That's a good point. Yeah, I do that. Yeah.
So do you just go up to like random people and say, "Man, you're dressed like very strangely. You've got to be a cosplayer, right? Can I get a picture?" Like, there's no way. There's no way that's a normal outfit for you.
Honestly, if they have a sword, I have to expect that that's all they could be.
You hope, right? Or a very inefficient killer. Because we have guns now. Like that.
Exactly.
It's like when people still paint like photorealistic pictures. Like, we have cameras now, right? Like, the term photorealistic means that it's trying to be this thing that we have access to already and is much cheaper and easier to make.
Yeah. It's like, I appreciate the effort, but now I can't tell the difference. So
yeah, it's not helpful. It's not helpful at all.
You tone it down a little bit.
The difference is one cost $1 billion and one is free.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that is the difference. You know what? You got me.
Got me.
Okay, so the guard then informs Ryu that Dr. Smith is not on campus at the moment, so Ryu heads downtown to look for him. He stops in a bar and asks a waitress if Dr. Smith was there. Now, she informs him that he had just left. Oh, as Ryu turns to leave, he's stopped by a bully, who he describes as about 200... Wait, gotta do Ryu voice. Who he describes as, about 200 pounds, a weightlifter, in his 20s.
Wow.
The bully mocks Ryu's sword. Then the bully actually tries attacking Ryu. And the bartender tells the man and the boy to take the fight outside, see?
Oh, wow. So we let a boy in a bar, and there's a 20-year-old picking a fight with a 13-year-old, and not just any 13-year-old, but a 13-year-old who's totally comfortable walking around with a real sword. Mm-hmm. So even if this kid wasn't even capable of wielding a sword, just the fact that he's walking around with it means he's plenty crazy enough to cause damage, you know? Like I said, I would get a picture with him. I'm not picking on him.
Yeah. I think it'd be a distant. You'd have him in like you'd be waving to the camera like a foot from the camera, but he'd be like 30 feet back. So nobody would really know it was like a selfie with a ninja until you pointed out the ninja like in the background.
Exactly. Yeah, which already makes him a bad ninja because everyone sees him.
That's true. Every selfie is actually me with my friend the ninja. You just can't see the ninja.
Exactly. You know?
Yeah. So once in the alleyway, Ryu, the 20-year-old bully, and the 20-year-old's friends start to fight. But suddenly, a woman's voice rings out loud. "Stop!" she shouts. All of the men look up to see a woman holding a pistol toward them. Before Ryu can do anything, she pulls the trigger and shoots Ryu.
Whoa.
So, summary, the Act 1 video game fights on the streets of Galberg have been condensed into this single bully event. Now you'll notice that this book takes a lot of similar liberties throughout, especially at the end, when all of the boss fights are essentially just packaged into a single Bosch Rush style battle.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So Ryu comes to, but is very confused about what just happened.
Sure.
He spots the woman who shot him standing next to him. She thrusts a small, heavy sack into his hand. "Take this," she says. "Don't ask questions. Just run."
Oh no, not a heavy sack thrust into my right hand again. Oh my, what a vacation this has been.
Of course, Ryu tries to ask questions. Everyone always does in this situation.
Sure.
But she cuts him off. "If you want to live, then go now."
Go now to the chopper!
She didn't say it like that. I'm trying to have fun.
Ooh, I like your Irene voice better. Damn it. Why weren't you Irene this whole time?
Okay, I'll do Arnie Irene.
Ryu finds an exit that opens to the back of a tiny cave. Now, eventually, after feeling his way along the walls of the cave, he finds the cave opening and walks out into the sun-baked New Mexico desert. Ooh. Once far enough from the cave and sure that he isn't being followed, he opens the sack that he'd been given. Inside is a small statue made of some black substance that looks like marble. The statue is shaped like a hunched and snarling dragon. Once back to town, Ryu returns to the university. This time, the guards are much more friendly, as it seems Dr. Smith was excited by the prospect of talking with Ryu.
I can't wait to talk to him. I have some things to say to him. I cannot wait. You let him through next time.
Did you check the sword? Are you sure it said son of Ken Hayabusa? It did, and you still let him go. Oh,
My
God
God.
damn it, guards.
Do you guys not read the emails I send out?
Oh, you can't read? Well, okay, well, I guess that explains why you didn't notice it said son of Ken Hayabusa on the sword. Okay, all is forgiven.
This is adding up.
Once inside Dr. Smith's office, Ryu takes a few moments to catch his breath. Finally, Dr. Smith speaks, his voice soft, almost tender.
Naturally, like my voice is. You look just like your father. He said. I said.
He said.
Sorry.
That's also what Walter said. He said everything he says. He ends with "he said."
He said.
Ryu is surprised. Of course, he's excited to meet someone who knew his father. "Please, Dr. Smith," he pleads. Tell me what I'm doing here." I'm taking on Ken. Sorry. "Tell me what I'm doing here. Tell me what happened to my father." Dr. Smith starts by revealing that his real name is Dr. Wimple, although he probably says it like, "My real name is, Dr. Wimple."
You, listen, don't tell anybody this, but my real name.
You know what? You can just call me Dr. Pussy.
Hold on, let me check something real quick, make sure my intercom is off. My name is Dr. Wimple. Wimple. It's spelled Wimple, but it's Wimple. It's Dutch.
I love the deepness of the word. Say Dutch for me again in Wimple's voice.
Dutch.
It's like you're starting to gag on it, but then you swallow it back.
Dutch.
Okay. So Dr. Wimple, he tells Ryu of the expedition 13 years ago about the tablet, the inscription about the strange creature in the jungle.
Okay.
And Dr. Wimple reveals that the light statue, the one statue he retained after the jungle expedition, is currently in a wall safe at the very office that they stand in right now. He also reveals that subsequent research done after the expedition has proven that the sleeping demon, which he thought laughable at the time, is actually real. But even more important than simple belief, Dr. Wimple reveals that he has...
Listen, I have calculated that the demon is scheduled to awake soon. Don't ask me how, but I got a lot of I got a lot of algorithms. I got Excel sheets open all over the place. And it turns out, it's a good thing you're here today. It's weird, but it's a good thing. The time of the dark moon is near. It's going to be tomorrow. Believe that. Believe that. Which is why, when those guards didn't let you in, I was like, son of a bitch. Guys, tomorrow's dark moon. Dear God.
I've been saying it's so many emails about Dark Moon. Oh, wait, you can't read. God damn it. That one's on me again. It's on me again. I am sorry.
To be fair, the last one did have a picture. I put a picture of a dark moon in there. I don't know what...
It was just... It was... I mean, granted, I couldn't... I don't know how email really works. I couldn't get the little image in there, so I just used a period and increased the font size to 4,000. You probably thought it was just a weird misprint.
I did include some Pink Floyd lyrics in there, too. But again, you can't read. I'm too clever. It's really the problem.
Everyone's always saying that about me. They're like, Dr. Wimple, you're just too clever.
Yeah, and it's a Wimpale, but whatever.
Wimpale, sorry. I don't know how I couldn't get my own name. my own name right. So Ryu then lifts his sack. Yeah, when I wrote that, I did not mean to sound that the way it is. Ryu then lifts his sack and puts it on Dr. Smith's desk. I own this now. This is my desk.
Yeah, that'll fucking show him who's boss. That's how I do it.
He reveals the second of two statues, the statue that the woman from the alleyway gave to him. But just as Dr. Smith reaches peak turgid rigidity, turgidity, that's that we call that, a postal worker walks in and asks Dr. Wimple to sign for a package. Dr. Wimple wasn't expecting a package, even though Ryu just gave him one. Buzzing.
2 packages today.
But he signs for it anyway. Now, when he and Ryu look up from the clipboard, the dark statue is gone. Oh, man, he pulled an Ace Ventura on him.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So the postal worker was, of course, not a postal worker at all.
I should have known better. Never sign a package you're not expecting. I knew better than that. And... I mean, the Unabomber's out. What is this, 1990 or some bullshit? The Unabomber's out there, and I just signed a package that I wasn't expecting. Oh my God!
Amazon's not around yet, so we're not consistently enough ordering things while drunk at night. So I couldn't have put in an order for more suppositories yesterday. I don't think that was it.
I screwed up. I have screwed up.
And being the kind Southern gentleman he is, he's even polite when he's mean to himself, you know. That was just a big old oopsie, wasn't it? I should not. Oh my goodness gracious. So Ryu then, of course, gives chase. He ultimately tracks down the thief and retrieves the dark statue. But he returns to Dr. Wimple's office to find him beaten. Thieves have stolen the entire safe from the wall. So, in effect, Dr. Wimple has basically just traded one statue for the other.
Yeah, they took the safe too. It's weird. They were asking for the combination. I said, no. But I forgot the safe only weighed 8 pounds, and they just picked it up and ran off. So after hitting me in the head with it a few times. So, yeah, sorry about that. So you got that other one back? That is great. Good. So we learn later that the woman from the alley, Irene Liu, is a CIA operative who planted the dark statue on Ryu in hopes of using Ryu to lead the CIA to Dr. Wimple and in turn to the light statue. Now, Dr. Wimple is near death, and they still only have one statue.
Man, the CIA is just not looking good. In either stories. Worse. Yeah, they're just not good.
It gets way worse. So let's fast forward all the way to the end scene, where Ryu is about to battle the Jakuyo. Now remember, the Jakuyo's goal is to have both statues at the same time when the dark moon happens. At this point in the book, the Jakuyo has the light statue, has captured Irene, and Ryu is nearby with the dark statue. The Jakuyo tries to lure Ryu into a trap, but Irene shouts, "Ryu, no! The statue is real! I gave you the real one by mistake! That's why they sent me after you!"
Wow. I mean, wow.
Yeah, so the CIA first almost kills someone for no reason at all, and then they biff what is essentially a fake drug exchange by using actual drugs. I'm kind of on the Jakuyo side here. I mean, if someone is going to cause unnecessary destruction under false pretenses, it might as well be a magical demon who thinks destroying the world will somehow benefit him.
Might as well.
Yeah, and that's not all. See, after destroying the Jakuyo, and with him the entire temple, when Irene and Ryu are standing atop a nearby mountain watching the temple fall, Foster makes his radio call to Irene, as we learned in the game. But here we get a bit more context than we did with the game. So Foster says,
You have one last mission. Take the statues and kill Hayabusa.
Now, Ryu grabs the radio from Irene and speaks directly to Foster. Now, Foster, of course, is surprised, and he tries to roll back his death threat.
Oh, you realize, I mean, of course, I was talking in code there.
and Ryu doesn't buy that. He instead is very, very direct and very commanding in his next words. He says, "It's all clear now, Foster. Your men were the thugs who stole the dark statue from Dr. Wimpel all those years ago. That's how you got hold of it. You've wanted the statues all along, and you would stop at nothing to get them, even if it meant killing people."
Yeah.
Which I've been doing very consistently over the last 45 minutes or so.
Technically, yeah, you've killed more than we have, to be fair. Yeah.
So I guess that's what Ryu meant at the end of the game when he tells Foster only that he'll get him.
Yeah.
So, and that's the synthesized story of Ninja Gaiden. I forgot, like at the end of the book, Ken Hayabusa is pulling himself up the mountain. So he survived in the book, not in the game. And he tells Ryu, when he gets to the top of that mountain, the paralysis was temporary. And he also says, besides, you're not the only ninja around here.
At least, some of the paralysis is temporary. As you see, son, I am pulling myself up the mountain. Clearly, I'm not walking. Please come give your dad a hand. What's that? Yes, I will be a sit-down ninja from now on. Say, did your mom remarry? And do we have any ramps around the house? We're gonna need some ramps.
Okay, and that's actually the end of the novel. And what I didn't expect, actually, was that the book actually does end on a scene that's incredibly appropriate to my voice of Ryu being a child in a Disney show, because it really is sort of a slow motion jumping hi-fi freeze frame with credits rolling. Like, you're not the only ninja around here. Unfortunately, the person who says that witty quip can't participate in the jumping high five because his legs don't work. So it's gonna be a weird scene. All right,
kneel down. Just kneel down real low, and I'll roll me up. I'll roll on a mountain.
Hey, Irene, you're not doing anything. Pick me up. Come on. Throw me at. You're used to like throwing fathers at things as weapons, right? We talked about that somewhere in the past. If you want, just throw me up in the air. I'll high five him. Man. So what do you think? Well, first of all, what's your affinity for the game itself, and then also like how do you like the story of the game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge fan of the NES, obviously, but the Ninja Gaiden series is always one that has eluded me in terms of story because I can't get very fucking far. So there's not been much story for me to take in. So my only the only way I've been able to take in the story is thanks to FX9. So. Yeah, I enjoy it, actually. There's a lot more there than I thought. You think an NES game, and we saw this with Blaster Master, if you read between the lines a little bit, exaggerate a little bit, elaborate a little bit, you can make a fun story. It's okay. It's not that bad, honestly. It seems like a good, fun ninja romp. It's got your dad in there. We put some fun characters in there, too. I don't know. I ended up liking it.
Yeah, it's good. I think the cinematics, I'll say that again, they go a long way to making this makes sense, because I think it knows its limitations, and it's using implication and juxtaposition of images to convey the story rather than trying its hardest to really like tell a literal story. You know, a lot of NES games, to your point earlier, it's just blocks of text, and that gets across an idea, but the NES is so limited in both ways. You can only hold so much text, and you can only have so many parallaxing scrolling images like they do in Ninja Gaiden. So Ninja Gaiden went with like, let's focus on the images and just sort of imply the story, convey the story that way. And I think it works out really, really well, man. Really well. So
yeah, it's fun. What's your history with the game like? Was that, I mean, I know you're a big Ninja kid. Was that one that you enjoyed, or were you like me and you're like, I like it, but it's hard?
Well, the difficulty was definitely a problem, but I think more of a problem for me, and Travis, you've accused me of being pedantic, and you're not wrong. As a ninja lover, I was kind of against things that seemed not very ninja-like that tried to be ninja-like. Okay. And so I would play a game like that and be like, Ninja couldn't flip in circles that many times in one jump. That's inefficient. That's not how a ninja would jump. I don't get it. And I think that's why I fell in love with Tenchu so hard, is because I'm like, finally, they seem like they're getting it right. Now, of course, a child I wasn't aware of how games worked, and I realized that if you were to make an actual ninja simulator, it would be incredibly boring. It would just be a dude. It would just be a dude in a rice field, standing with like his hand to his ear, cupping his ear, trying to listen to people whisper far off in the distance. Like it would just be 12 hours of that. So it just doesn't seem very, very entertaining. So I didn't fall in love with the game because of that, and it's probably a good thing, because even when I did try playing it, like I couldn't even beat the first boss. Like it was out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, I'm hoping one day I can sit down and actually set out to beat it, because I think I've only dabbled, knowing that I'm like, boy, this is going to be an uphill climb. But I think if I sat down, I might be able to make some progress, and I want to, because I want to know, and I don't actually know anything about the follow-ups. I know there are tons of successors to the series. I'm wondering how the story moves forward. I genuinely have no idea. We're supposed to be the possessors of all narrative knowledge, but we only made it as far as the first game because it had a book. So
I thought our mantra was we're the destroyers of all story knowledge.
That is true. Yeah, we bring it to life, we share it with you, but we're stabbing it to death throughout. Yeah. Honestly, most of what we said here today is a lie and made up, but so is the story. So are you really at a loss?
Fiction by nature is mostly lies.
Exactly. But no, this one was a lot of fun, man. I really was. I really enjoyed it. I thought some of the characters that we had were fun too, like Dr. Wimple. This is the interesting thing, maybe, to go inside baseball about how we do these things. You and I, we don't really. We don't coordinate a whole lot with how we're going to do these things. We write a script, and we plug some things in, and then when we hit record, that's when all of it really comes to life. And so this one, I'm left over here smiling. I thought it was a pretty good episode. It was a lot of fun characters. I laughed a lot, so that's where I'm at.
And that also explains why all of my voices are basically the same, just with different degrees of lisps.
That's so fair. Yeah,
I put on the spot every time, despite knowing well in advance that, hey, I should probably come up with some voices.
I also learned that it's not Jack Wow. It's the Jack. Actually, I don't know if I learned anything, but when you said it, I was like, oh, that was good thing he's reading it and not me. So I learned new words today. The Jackweo?
Yeah. I don't know if you learned it, but that's the way I said it. That's also one of the limitations with the NES, right? No audio clips. There's no real official record of pronunciation unless we can reach out to the designers themselves of the game. But we didn't, and probably couldn't anyway. So I don't know if there is like an official canonical pronunciation, unless there's a real world equivalent of that name in a language that I'm not familiar with. Like maybe it really is a French name and there actually is a official pronunciation of that name. But it was the first time I'd seen the name, and I just went with it.
It worked for me.
Yeah.
We could always, again, if we can get that interview with FX9, maybe he would know.
Yeah, because he also dabbles in a medium that lacks sound, so he should probably definitely know how it's pronounced, I guess.
I would assume he might know.
When you're writing a book, you have to know how every word is pronounced that you write.
I mean, I kind of think that's true. Is that not true?
Why would you need to?
I mean, you probably don't need to, but I would think you thinking
should.
The sentence out in your
head,
you're like...
yeah, but you probably, you don't need to.
Like, whatever this is, the Jack Wahoo, whatever it was, I'll write that in.
Jack Wahoo, that's probably it.
Good times. All right, well, I think that's going to conclude this here Lessersode numero 3. Be sure to subscribe. The next full season is forthcoming. Got 4 full episodes packed in there. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, and if you would be so kind, please rate and review us. iTunes would be the greatest place to do that, but feel free to do that anywhere that your podcatcher of choice allows you to. You can reach out to us on Twitter. You can reach out to the official Tales of the Lesser Medium handle at Tales Lesser. Trav handles that, so be sure to be plenty mean in it. That's fine. Yeah. You can reach out to me personally at Caleb J. Ross. All one word, my name, middle initial, last name, Caleb J. Ross. Or you can find Travis at Trav Plays Games, part of his first name, then the word Plays Games.
It's true. That's a good job. Yep. You can also send us an angry email about anything we got wrong to polykillpodcast@gmail.com. You can find this podcast and more on polymedianetwork.com. And we'd like to thank Brad Sucks for that intro and outro theme. It was a good time.
And as always, thank you so much for listening.
And the tale has been told.